Hello friends, today we will start the lecture on as we have today there will be problems on estimating and costing. Sorry for delay due to some problems. We have started this lecture. So from today again there is problems related with estimating and costing. So there are various problems related with estimating and costing. So one by one we will see the various problems related with estimating and costing. As we have already seen in last lectures, the problem, again we will repeat that problem, or with the help of this we can have some more problems on it. So prepare an approximate estimate of school building of 300 students. Already this problem has been covered, but if some of the students have not attended this, so I am repeating this in 1 to 2 minutes, and after that we will solve some more problems on estimating and costing. So prepare approximate estimate of a school building for 300 students to raise the fund. The following data is given. Carpet area required per student is nothing but same, that is 1.2 square meters with an area of veranda, corridor, etc. to be 20% and for wall 15% out of plinth area. Water supply, sanitary and electrifications 20% of cost of building. Contingencies 3% of overall cost of building, and work charge establishment, that is 2% of the total cost. And lastly, that is plinth area rate, that is 15,000 per square meters, that is 15,000 per square meters. So as carpet area per student required is nothing but 1.2 square meters, therefore carpet area required per student as mentioned in the question is nothing but 1.2 square meters. Total carpet area required is nothing but 300 square meters. 300 for 300 students, it is nothing but just the multiplication 1.2 square meter per student multiplied by 300, that is nothing but the 360. Next is again same. Let P be the plinth area of the building, which is nothing but P. Let P with the plinth area of the building, and P is nothing but addition of carpet area plus area of corridor and veranda, etc., and area of wall. P is nothing but, as we have calculated, that is nothing but 360 plus 20% of P, that is area required for corridor, plus 15% of again the plinth area required for walls. In this way, total P is nothing but 360 plus 20% of P plus 15% of P, that is addition is nothing but 0.35, that is percent of plinth areas. Next is total plinth area, simple plus minus. The plinth area required in square meters is nothing but 553.846, that is square meters. The plinth area, as this we have seen in last problems also, the same problem it has been repeated. Depending upon this problem, we will solve some more problems with some different concepts. So plinth area is nothing but 553.846 per square meters. Plinth area is rate as mentioned in the problem is nothing but 15,000 per square meters, and cost of building is just the multiplication of plinth area into plinth area rate, that is nothing but this 83,07690. Again, the percentage reserved for water supply and sanitary and electrification is 20%. So 20% of cost of building is reserved for the water supply, sanitary and electrifications. That has been reserved. So 20% of the cost of building, that is nothing but the cost is 1661538. Again, only one head is there, that is water supply, sanitary and electrifications. There is only one head, therefore cost of building is nothing but addition of cost of building plus the extra charges required for water supply, sanitary and electrifications. So the sum total is nothing but 9 crores 96 lakhs 9,228. So this is nothing but the overall cost of building. Next, reserved for contingencies is nothing but the 3%. So 3% of overall cost of building has been reserved for the contingencies. So 9 crores 96 lakhs 9,228, in which 3% it comes about 2 crores 99,000 or 29,9076.84. Again, for work charge establishment, it has been reserved for 2%. So in such way, the grand total cost of the building for the school building for capacity of 300 students is nothing but 10467689. That is near about 10 crores 46 lakhs 7,689. So this is the approximate cost. It is not the actual cost. Actual cost we have to find out by the various detailed methods, which we will study in the later lectures. The actual cost, this is just an approximate cost or approximate method. Plinth area method is nothing but the approximate method. So within 2 to 3 minutes or within a short period of time, we can calculate this by the plinth area method. But in detail, it requires times. So in next lectures or in next units, we will see the detailed estimates. So next similar way, there is a problem related with the plinth area method is somewhat different problem is there. This is nothing but again the related with the plinth area methods. Here again the question is nothing but we have to find out the cost. To prepare approximate estimate of a frame structures having a carpet area of 400 square meters, the following data is given. Area of veranda and corridor etc. to be 25% of built up area, that is plinth area or built up area, and for walls and columns it is taken as 9% of that of the built up area. So in this the total area will be divided in two concepts. The total plinth area will be divided into the 25% will be taken by the veranda, corridor and etc. Whereas total 100%, 9% will be taken by the walls and columns. From total plinth area, these two will be bifurcated. 25% will be taken by veranda, corridor, and 9% will be taken by the built-up. 9% will be taken by wall and column from the built-up area. Then what is built-up area rate? So the built-up area rate is nothing but it is given as 14,000 per square meters. It is given as 14,000 per square meter. Next is cost of specific architectural treatment. Again, it is given as 1% of building cost. Cost of water supply and sanitary, it is given as 7% of cost of building or building cost. It is one and the same. So it is given as 7% of the cost of building. Next is cost of electrification. It is again given as 8% of building cost, and contingencies is given as 4% of overall cost of building. In last lectures, we have seen what is contingencies. Contingencies is unforeseen expenses. While in construction, we have to reserve some amount in order to overcome the hurdles or to overcome the construction. In order to continue the constructions, we have to keep some amount in order to avoid the unwanted things in the construction work. So such amount is nothing but the contingencies. So 4% of overall cost of building is reserved for the contingencies. Next, work charge establishment. Some machineries are required or some equipments are required. At that time, we have to spend some money advance equipments. The work charge establishments is also there. That is 5% of overall cost of building. And lastly is extra cost for other sources. Extra cost of other sources is nothing but 5% of building cost, but it is the 5% of building cost. It is not the overall cost. These last, that is serial number 6 and serial number 7, it is from overall cost, but serial number 8 is nothing but the extra cost for other sources is nothing but the 5% of building cost. That is same as that required for electrification or that required for water supply and sanitary. It is same head, but it is for confusion. It has been mentioned at last. But it is to be calculated from the building cost, not from the overall cost. In this way, this data is given, and from this data we have to again find out by plinth area method the cost of the building required for 400, the area which is nothing but the 400 square meters. We will see plinth area will include the different heads. First head, what is, let us assume as capital P as the built up area or plinth area of the building. Let us assume as X or P. It is just a notations. So let P be the built up area or P be built up area or plinth area is one and the same. Plinth area is nothing but the where plinth beam it has been provided, and built up area where the construction has been carried out. So it is one and the same. Let P is the built up area, that is plinth area of the building, and it will include the different heads as mentioned in the problem. So it will include the different heads, that is carpet area plus area of corridor and verandas etc. plus area of wall and columns. in last problems we have seen directly calculations of plinth area, or the plinth area is directly given, but in this problem we have to find out the actual plinth area required, covering the walls, covering the corridor, covering the verandas, or there may be passages, or there may be other things, parkings. So there may be different heights. So we have to find out first the total plinth area. So in this way, we will find out the first, the addition is nothing but the total plinth area. The plinth area will have the different heights, that is the carpet area plus area of corridor and veranda plus the area of walls and column. But how much amount will be taken by this? So again, the amount is given. How much percentage is taken? Again, it is given in the question. That is 25% of the plinth area will be covered by the corridor and verandas. So it is given as this 25% will be covered by corridor and veranda, whereas 9% of the plinth area will be covered by the area of walls and column. Matlab total, if we are considering total as 100%, so in 100%, 25% of area will be taken by veranda corridors, and 9% of that area will be covered by plinth area, will be taken by the area of wall and columns. Again, carpet area is given as 400. So 400 plus 25% of P plus 9% of P. In this way, that is P is nothing but the plinth area. So plinth area is nothing but equal to 400 plus addition, simple addition, 25 divided by 100 percentage, as simple way to find out the percentage is nothing but division. 25 by 100 is nothing but 0.25 plus 0.09, that is addition is 0.34 P. So again 400 plus 0.34 P. Again left right plus minus concept as per the mathematics. So total plinth area is nothing but 606, that is 606.06 square meters. So it is simple calculations, plus minus addition subtraction. So it is simple way we can have additions of this. There is the plinth area is nothing but P is nothing but 606.06 square meters. Next, plinth area, as we have calculated the same, it has been transferred here, that is 606, that is per square meters. But what is the area rate given? That is the rate is given in the question, that is nothing but the 14,000. So 14,000 per square meters, the area of the area is given, plinth area rate is given. It is just the multiplications. So just the multiplication is nothing but the 8 crores 48 lakhs, or 84,000 8 crores 48 lakhs 4,840 rupees. The cost of building is nothing but this, just the multiplication of plinth area into plinth area rates. Next is 1% of this total area, or 1% of this cost of building, in the sense cost of building. So 1% of this cost of building, it is taken by the special architectural treatment, that is exterior architectural treatment. If there are special tiles we are providing in exterior works, or suppose there are special architectural treatments in exterior walls, so 1% of cost is required, not so much amount is required for special architectural treatment. So 1% is required. So 1% of this is nothing but 84,848 rupees. 1% is nothing but 84,848 rupees point 40%. Next is water supply. Again, the amount to be reserved for water supply, sanitary and electrifications. As I have already said, this percentage it depends upon the how you are having the experience of different construction works. In future, if you are dealing with more buildings, then you can have the you can fix these percentages. How much percentage is required for water supply and sanitary electrifications, or how much percentage is required for architectural treatment. So it requires some experience. So after many research or many experienced engineers has decided this percentage. The water supply and sanitary and electrification will take 7% as usual. 7% of this cost is nothing but 59,305 crores 93,938 rupees. Same way, cost of electrification is nothing but 8%. That is the total cost. 8%. It is comes about this 678787.20. And extra cost for, as I have already said, that extra cost in this question, it has been mentioned in last, but it is to be calculated from the building cost. It is just to confuse. It is to be calculated from the building cost. These heads are from building cost. These heads are from building cost, and this is contingencies. It is from overall cost, and work charge also overall cost. But this last extra cost for other sources, it has been taken as 5% of building cost. that means it comes under the building cost. So we have taken this as 5% of the building cost. The extra cost for the other sources, it has taken as 5%. It is just to confuse, and it has been mentioned in last. So it is 5% of this is nothing but again the 42, 42, 42, that is the cost of the buildings. That is 42 for 4 crores 24,242. That is overall cost is nothing but same as addition of this cost of building plus, that is serial number 1, that is special architectural treatment, plus 2 is water supply, plus 3 is cost of electrification and sources. So these are the 4 heads, and the total cost of building is nothing but the plinth area into plinth area rate. So in such way, the total cost of building is nothing but this amount. And lastly, add contingencies is nothing but this overall cost. It will from this overall cost, 4% will be taken by the contingencies. So this 4% of this overall cost is taken by this contingencies. So it comes about this 410,666.256. Again, 5% it has been taken by the work charge establishment. So again, 5% of this cost is nothing but the amount 51,332.82. Then grand total is nothing but the overall cost of the building, which we have already calculated. That is this, and plus the contingencies plus the work charge establishment. In this way, the overall cost of the building is nothing but this amount. So it is somewhat different problem. In last problems, we have seen directly the plinth area into plinth area rate and the various subheads, electrification, special architectural treatment, and different heads. But in this problem, there is no, in this problem directly directly plinth area is not given. Here the percentage of area covered by plinth area is given, that is 25% of built up area will be covered in plinth area, and of plinth area and wall and columns 9% of wall area will be covered by walls and cover. And so in this way, we have calculated this P as in different heads, that is carpet area, that is area of corridor plus area of column. In this way, addition and somewhat simple calculations plus minus. So area plinth area, after some little calculations, it has come up to 606. So multiplied by this. So in this way, we have seen the problems related with the plinth area. So this type of problems has been asked. Actually, we have in starting lectures we have seen the simple problems, simple multiplication. But in university exams, this type of problems will be asked, in which we have to find out the first we have to find out the plinth area covered by area covered by corridors, areas covered by veranda, area covered by walls and columns. And addition will be nothing but the plinth area. So first we have to find out the plinth area, then multiplied by rate, and then different percentages, electrification, special architectural or other sources, how much percentage will be taken, then the total cost, and after total cost there will be some percentage of contingencies and work charge establishment. In this way, the grand total cost, it has come up to this. So same way, there is some different problems are also there. So we will see some more problems on this. The next problem is again the same. Prepare preliminary estimate of a building. Prepare preliminary estimate of a building with a total plinth area of all buildings of, that is 1,500 square meters. The following data is given. Yes, and plinth area rate is also given, that is 17,000 per square meters. Extra of special architectural treatment, it has been reserved as 1.5% of building cost, and cost of water supply and sanitary, it has been reserved as 5% of cost of building, whereas cost of electrical works, electrification, it has been reserved as 14% of building cost, or it has been taken as 14% of building cost, whereas contingencies as usual 3% of overall cost of the building. Same way, supervision charges, engineers profit or supervision charges, it has been taken as 8% of overall cost of building. And lastly, same as we have seen in previous problem, same way, directly extra sources is given, extra cost for other sources is given as 6%. So 6% of building cost. But here in this problem, again directly we are plinth area is, it has directly given. In last problem we have seen the various percentage covered by veranda or walls, but here directly plinth area is given. So it is more simple as that. Plinth area is directly given as this 1,500, and plinth area rate given, it is given as 17,000. Simple multiplication is there. Cost of building, it comes about this, and cost of special architectural treatment, it has been 1.5% of cost of building, whereas water supply, sanitary and electrification, it has been taken as 5% again of cost of building. Cost of electrification again taken as 14% of cost of building, and again as extra cost of other sources, which has mentioned in last head, but it will become it will come under the cost of building. So it is nothing but the 6% of cost of building. So this is nothing but simple calculations are there, which I've already seen in previous slides or in previous problems. The overall cost of building is nothing but cost of building plus serial number 1 to 4. Addition of that is nothing but this cost. That is 32 crores 25,700 and 3 crores 22,000 or 32 322 57 500. Contingency is nothing but the 3% of this cost, and supervision charges is nothing but the again 8%, and grand total cost of the building is this. So this type of problems are also asked, in which directly the plinth area is given and the rate is given, directly the simple multiplication is there. But in some problems, the indirect way to find out the plinth area is the area covered by walls and an area covered by different veranda or corridor or parking or different things will be covered in this. So this is nothing but again the simple problem, it has been covered in this. Next is again, depending upon this, next problem is again prepare preliminary estimate of. Now this problem is very important. So this problem is very important. Why? Because in this again or it is same. Next problem is somewhat different, but this problem is again same. So prepare preliminary estimate of 4-storied office building having a carpet area. Now the total carpet area is given as 2,000 square meters. Again the following data is given, that is area of veranda, corridor, etc. to be 30% of built up area, and for walls and column it has been taken as 10% of built up area. Plinth area is one and the same. So 30% will be taken by veranda, corridor, and 10% will be taken by walls and column. Next is plinth area rate is given 15,000 per square meters. Next extra due to deep foundation at site. So there is due to deep foundations, or there is if the strata is black cotton soil, or if some unforeseen or something is there inside, so extra cost is required for deep foundations. The extra cost will be required, that is 1% will be taken by the deep foundation at site. That is serial number, this is nothing but extra due to deep foundation at site, that is taken as 1% of building cost. Cost of special architectural treatment, as we have seen in last problems, it is in some problems it has been taken as 1%. Now in this problem it has been taken as 0.5% of building cost. Next is again the cost of water supply and sanitary. It has been taken as 6% of cost of building. Next is cost of electrification. It has been taken as 12.5% of building cost. Next is contingencies. Overall cost, it has been taken as 2.5%. Supervision charges, engineers profit, it has been taken as 8%. And lastly, as usual, we have seen extra cost for other sources. It has been mentioned in last, but it is included in cost of building. So it has been mentioned in last. That is the 5% of the cost of building. So first we have to find out P. That is, suppose P assume as plinth area or built up area. So again, same way, we have to first find out the plinth area. So P, let P is an alphabet which stands or which denotes the plinth area or the built up area of the building. We can use X also, we can use P also, we can use any alphabet also. So P is the simple way, as plinth area is mentioned. So we are using P. So P is equals to, that is carpet area plus area of corridor and veranda, that has been taken as 30% of plinth area, and walls it has been taken as the 10%. So simple addition, simple percentage, 30 divided by 100, that is 10%, again 10 divided by 100. Simple additions is, and plus minus is nothing but plinth areas covered, it comes up to 3,333.33. The total plinth area required by covering the area for corridor or covering the area for walls and columns is, it comes up to the 3,333.33, that is square meters. Again, rate is also given. What is the rate? The rate is nothing but the 15,000 per square meters. The same way, the cost of building is nothing but this. So this is nothing but the cost of building. Again, extra due to deep foundation. It is a simple head. No need to confuse here. What is this? It is nothing but extra head required from the total cost, from the cost of building. So extra head is there. If the strata is black cotton soil, so then extra cost is required for excavations. Beyond 10 feet or beyond 11, 12 feet, 13 feet, if we have to excavate and equipments are required or more labors are required, at that time this amount will be reserved. This 1% will be reserved for where the soil is black cotton soil, or if the soil of the strata of the hard strata is deep. If the hard strata is deep, so extra amount is required. So 1% is reserved for this. Again, cost of special architectural treatment as usual. We have seen in last problem 1%, but here it is 0.5%. It again depends upon the experience of the staff who are calculating this, or who are finding out the this cost of the building, or who are finding out the estimation, or finding out calculating the estimating of the building. Water supply sanitary, again it has been taken as 6%. Cost of electrification, it has been taken as 12.5%. Again, the same way, simple percentage is there. So we have to take this percentage of the cost of the building. Again, these are the cost of the building. 1% cost of building, 0.5 cost of building. Again, this 6% cost of building, and again this 12.5, that is cost of building. Again, extra cost for other sources is nothing but, which has been mentioned in last head, that is 5% of the cost of building. So 5% of this cost of building, again the total addition is nothing but this 24,997.5. So this is nothing but the total cost of the building, but it is not the overall cost. Overall cost of the building and overall cost. So total cost, we will get total cost will be afterwards. So next is overall cost is nothing but the cost of building is an addition of this all 5 heads is nothing but this overall cost of the building. Again, the 2.5 is taken by the contingencies and 8% is taken by the supervision charges. Again, the addition, this green color, again this addition is that comes about this. And the grand total cost is nothing but the overall cost of the building plus contingencies plus the supervision charges. Why? Because it is from the overall cost of the building. The overall cost of the building. The overall cost plus contingencies plus supervision charges comes about this. Again, it is the simple problem. Next is this problem is somewhat different, and some more data is there and some more calculations are there, but the calculations are as usual simple. It is somewhat more heads will be there, but the procedure and the process to calculate the calculation is same. Somewhat different heads will be there. Next is preliminary estimate of a framed 4-storied office building having a carpet areas of 300 square meters of each floor. Last problem we have seen the carpet area as the overall building, even though there are four floors, but the carpet area is nothing but the addition of all 4 floors. But in this problem, carpet area is it has been mentioned for each floor. This word is most important. This each word is most important. So it has been mentioned here as each word is most important. Okay? So prepare a preliminary estimate of a framed 4-storied office building having a carpet areas of 300 square meter of all floors is not there. For each floor is there. That means from all floors we have to calculate for different floors. So each floor will have 300 square meters for each floor. The following data is given. Area of veranda, again the same calculations. We have to first find out the plinth area, that is P is equals to the addition of all different heights. So same way procedure is there. The area covered for veranda and corridor, it is taken as 25% of built up area, and for walls it has been taken as 8.5% of built up area. Again built up area rate ground floor excluding is again the different rates are given. Now these heads are serial number 2 is most important, 2, 3, 4, these heads are most important. Okay? So serial number 2, what the serial number 2 says, the built up area rate ground floor excluding foundations. Excluding foundation, the built up area rate is nothing but 15,000 excluding foundations. Okay, serial number 3, it is nothing but again that is built up area rate of first and second floor. Now ground floor rate is being given as 15,000, but what is the rate of first and second floor? The rate of first and second floor is somewhat more, that is 16,500. In Mumbai or in big cities, as the floor increases, the rate of the per square meter rate also increases, because due to the from windows or from the side, due to the pleasant atmosphere, as the floor of the building increases, the cost of the building also increases. The cost of that building built up area rate also increases. So here ground floor rate is somewhat little small, that is 15,000, but the first and second floor rate is nothing but the 16,500, and the third built up area rate is again more than this, is nothing but the 18,000. It is more than this because due to the taking the advantage of pleasant atmosphere, taking the advantage of the sites, nearby sites, if there is nearby seashore or nearby different things are there. So in order to take the advantage, the the floor area rates has been increased. So third floor area rate is more as compared to the ground floor or first floor, second floor. Next, extra for foundations. Here we have seen in built up serial number 2, that is built up area rate ground floor excluding foundation. Now foundation rate or extra for foundation, it has been reserved as 20% of superstructure cost. Now foundation cost, the total cost of superstructures will be taken by 20% of that will be taken by the foundations, because 20% of that amount will be taken by foundations. Okay, now the extra for foundation, it is 20% of the superstructure cost, the cost of superstructures. Okay. Next, plinth area rate is also given as same as plinth area rate, that is the rate of the ground floor. It is just to confuse, plinth area rate is nothing but the area of ground floor. It is same. It is same. This 15,000 and this 15,000, it is same. Okay, that means plinth area rate for ground floor or the plinth area, it is same as 15,000. Extra cost for special architectural treatment. This plinth area rate is just to confuse. In for serial number 2, it has already been mentioned in various floors. Ground floor rate is different, first, second, third, and floor. But here it is just to confuse. Okay, so it is same. 15,000, it is same as plinth area rate. If it is not mentioned, then we can have this as 15,000 as ground floor, first, second floor as 16,500, and third floor as 18,000. If it is not given plinth area rate, then also we can solve the problem. Okay. Extra cost for special architectural treatment, as usual, 1% has been reserved from building cost for extra special architectural treatment. 7% it has been reserved for water supply sanitary. 8% of building cost it has been reserved for electrifications, and 4% is nothing but the contingencies, that is from the overall cost. Whereas work charge establishment is again the 10% if special equipments are required or special work is to be done, in which special amount to be given to that contractor for special work. That at that time work charge establishment is there. So 10% of overall cost of building is there. And extra cost for other sources, again the same confusion, is nothing but 5% of the building cost, but it has been mentioned in last, that is serial number 12. That is the extra cost of for other sources, that is the 5% of the building cost. Again, let P is as usual built up area, that is the plinth area of the building, which includes carpet area plus area of the corridor and plus area of the wall and foundations. So as usual, 300 is nothing but the carpet areas plus 25% of taken by the corridor and verandas, and 8.5% it has been taken by the walls and columns. Same way addition, simple addition is there. So total area comes about plinth area, it comes about to be the 451.13 square meters. So plinth area it has been taken as 451.15, but this plinth area it is for every floor, because cost of every floor it has been given separately. So this plinth area we have to cover, we have to take for every floor. For ground floor it is 451.13, for first floor, for second floor, and for third. Okay. So ground floor area is nothing but same, that is 451.13 square meters. What is the rate which is already mentioned? Ground floor area rate is nothing but 15,000 per square meters. That comes about 6766,950. Again, first floor area. Again, the area is plinth area same. So this is nothing but 451.13 again, but its cost is different. Here we ground floor cost is 15,000, but here first floor cost is 16,500. But plinth area is same. Plinth area will be same. Okay. Area will be same, but cost is somewhat different. So cost here it is nothing but the 16,500. Again, same way the second floor. Second floor is nothing but 451.13. Again the same. and its rate is also mentioned in question, that is for first and second floor it is, and second floor it has been mentioned as 1650. It is same 1650. The amount comes to be 7443,645. Third area, floor area, it is again third floor plinth area is nothing but for same 451.13, but its cost is 18,000. But its cost is 18,000. So again it has been multiplied by 18,451.15. It comes about 8120,340. So in this problem we have seen, or we have calculated the plinth area rate of different floors. For ground floor, plinth area rate is different. For plinth area rate is also given different, and its cost is also different. So plinth area rate and cost both are different. So for every floor, we have calculated this. Okay. So total cost of superstructures. So superstructure from ground plus 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 4-story building is there. So G plus 3 is there, that is total 4 stories are there. The cost of superstructures is nothing but 29774580. Next, extra cost required for foundation at site. Now, it has been taken as 20% of cost of superstructure. Now, this thing is most important. So here, 20% of the cost of building, it has been reserved for the 20% of this cost of superstructure. It has been reserved for foundation at site. So from this 20%, it comes about 5954. That is 916. 5 crore 95,495 or 59 crores 5,000 54,916 rupees. So this is nothing but the extra due to foundation at site. Next is cost of building. Cost of building is nothing but again addition of this. Cost of building is nothing but the addition and the cost of building. Next is cost of special architectural treatment. It has been taken as the 1% of cost of building. It comes about this 1% of this cost of building. So what is cost of building? It is nothing but the addition of this. Okay, it is simple way addition of this cost of superstructures or cost of building. Next is cost of special architectural treatment. It has been taken as 1% of this. Again, water supply sanitary, it has been taken as 7% of cost of building. What is cost of building? This is nothing but cost of building. So 1% has been taken by special architectural treatment for cost from the cost of building. Next, water supply, 7% has been taken for cost of building, and cost of electrification, 8% has been taken from the cost of building. An extra cost for other sources, it has been reserved as 5%. Again from the cost of building. The addition total is nothing but overall cost of building is nothing but cost of building plus 1, that is special architectural treatment plus water supply plus cost of electrifications and plus cost of other sources. The addition is nothing but this for 4323, that is 2690.2. This is nothing but the overall cost of the. Again, 4% has been reserved for the contingencies. So 4% is nothing but this overall cost of 4% is nothing but this 172,930.07.61. Again, 10% it has been taken by this. So 10% of this is nothing but 4323,269.0. The grand total cost of the building, 4-story building with the different plinth area rates, is nothing but this. So 49 crores or 28 lakhs and 52 or 5,266. So this is nothing but the grand total cost of the building, in which the rates were different, different heads were different, or special amount is required for foundations was different. 20% it has been taken for foundations. So in this way, it was somewhat different heads were there in this problem, and this problem is most important. Same type of problem, it has to be written. It has to be written in the record books. So we will simultaneously cover the syllabus or cover the practicals also. So from now onwards, simultaneously we will have some task related with the practical record books also. So start writing the practical record books also. So next problem we have to write down in the practical record books. So it is related with this problem, same, that is this problem. It is the data is somewhat different, but it is to be recorded in the record books. It is to be written in the record books. So it is to be written in the record books. Yes. So this, there is example 2.1. It is to be written in the record books. Okay. So one practical we will cover. There are 8 practicals to be covered in estimating and costing, as we have seen in first lectures. 50 marks there are there will be there for practicals, internal practicals, and 50 marks will be there for external viva practicals. So 50 marks internal practicals, there will be record books. So we have to write down the practicals related with the estimating and costing. The practicals is nothing but these problems. So there may be more problems will be there as the time span goes. We will see the problems. So here the practical number 1, that is experiment number 1, to be written in the record books is example, that is 2.1. So here you have to write down in the practical record book, that is prepare preliminary estimate of the framed 5-story building. Here it is G plus 4, that is total is 5-story. That is ground floor plus 4 floors, but total is 5-story. 5-storied building, office building having a carpet area of next carpet area. It has been given as 500 square meter for each floor. Next, the following data is given. Next, same heads are given. There are the serial numbers. 10 is there, or somewhat more serial numbers are there. So same things. Yes, there are more serial heads are given. The area of veranda, as usual, 15% is taken up by area of veranda, whereas 9.5% has been taken by wall and column. Built-up area rate, again same, excluding foundations. Only for ground floor, excluding foundation, is given as last problem it is 15,000. Here it is 16,000. Built-up area rate for first and second floor, again same. Rates are different. Problem is same. Problem it is totally same. Rates, percentages, little bit calculations will be different. Same to be written in record books, but in order to have copyright, so somewhat different problem it has been framed with some different data. So some percentage, some area, or some rates will be different. As usual, serial number 3 is given as built-up area rate for first and second floor. It has been given as 18,500. Built-up area rate for third floor, it has been given as 20,000. Built-up area rate for fourth floor, it has been given because it is 5-story building. Last column it was 4-story, G plus 3. That is total 4-story. Here it is G plus 4. Ground floor plus 4 floors. Therefore, built-up area of fourth floor is given as 22,000. Whereas third floor it has been given as 20,000. So somewhat different. More heads are covered in this. Extra costs, again in last problem it was 20. In this problem also 20% of superstructure, that is addition of ground floor plus first plus second plus third and plus 4, that is total cost. And the total, it has been taken by the 20% of that is been taken by the foundation. Again, plinth area rate, it has been in what this says. This extra for 20 extra cost for 20% of superstructure. What this amount says that if total cost is 100% of the building, then 20% cost will be taken by the foundation. 20% of cost of the of the total structure will be taken by the foundation. That means foundation is most important. Okay, the foundation takes about 20%. Okay? If it is having a 1 crore building, then 20 lakhs will be taken by the foundation, and 80 lakhs will be taken by the remaining finishes and remaining flooring, paintings, or doors or windows, or brickworks or RCC works, or columns, or brick walls, or columns, beams, slabs. So 80% will be taken, but 20% will of that amount will be taken by the foundations, which is not seen. This foundation cost is we cannot see, and starting stage we will see, but afterwards that foundation that excavated material will be not seen. This 20% of cost will be taken by this total building structure will be taken by this structure. The plinth area rate is nothing but, again this is nothing but the confusion. If it is not given, then we can take this 16,000 as same. The extra cost for special architectural treatment, again it is been taken as 1.5% of the building cost. Again, cost of water supply sanitary, it has been taken as 8% of cost of building, and cost of electrification, it has been taken as 10% of building cost. Contingencies as usual 4%, work charge establishment 9.5%, and extra cost for other sources 5% of the building cost. Same way, plinth area rate is same. That is plinth area, that is P is, suppose we are assuming P as plinth area, then built up area or plinth area of the building, then carpet area, same way addition is there, 15% and 9.5%. It comes about, P comes about 662, that is 662.251 square meters. Next is ground floor area rate is, it has been again taken as 16,000. Again the multiplications. Then first floor area, again some area will be same, rates will be different. Ground floor rate is 16,000. Next first floor rate is 18,500, but rate is different but area is same. Third floor rate is again 20,000. Next fourth floor rate is again 22,000. Same. Only there is percentages or the rates are different, but same way. Addition of all ground to 4, because it is G plus 5, G plus 4, that is total 5 story. Addition is nothing but the total cost of, that is the cost of superstructures. Next is extra due to foundation at site. It has been reserved for 20%. So 20% of this 629913845, 20% of this, it comes about 12582,769. That is cost of building. Then cost of building is nothing but cost of superstructures plus cost of foundation. Now that is 20% is nothing but the superstructure plus foundation cost. Addition is nothing but the cost of building. Simple. Substructure, superstructure. Substructure here it is foundation. Superstructure it is nothing but ground floor plus first plus second plus third plus floor. It is substructure and superstructure. So substructure plus superstructure is nothing but the cost of the building. Next is cost of special architectural treatment. It is 1.5% as usual cost of building. So it comes about 1132, 449.21. Next is water supply 8%. It comes about 6039729. Next is 10% cost of electrification. It comes about 7549661. Next extra cost for other sources. It comes about 5%. That it comes about 3774830.7. Again, addition is overall cost of building. That is the addition of all above heads is nothing but the cost of building plus this extra is 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Cost of building plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. This is nothing but the overall cost of the building. Again 4% it has been taken for, it has been reserved for contingencies. Again work charge establishments or it has been taken as 9.5%. There may be extra as the engineer's profit. Again third subhead may also be added. ABC may be also added as engineer's profit as 10% also there. So heads may be changed. Head may be changed, but the procedure and process is same. Procedure and process is same. Okay. The grand total cost of the building is nothing but this 101066823778 is the total cost of the building for that is the 5-story buildings. Okay. So this problem, same problem, it is to be written in the record books. Okay. So same problem, it is to be written in the record books. That is experiment number 1 to find out the cost of the building by preliminary estimate, or to find out the cost of the building by plinth area rate method, or in approximate method it is plinth area rate methods. So we have seen in approximate method there are 4 different methods: plinth area methods, and typical bay methods, survey methods, and cubical content methods. So 4 methods were there, but we are dealing the problems with the plinth area method. So plinth area method, so here this problem it is to be written in the record books. Next slide is, or next Excel sheet is most important. So next we will start the different topic. Different topic will be started from this. So here there is this topic is somewhat different, in which we have to find out the cost of the building. Okay. In this we have to find out the cost of the building in the sense cost of the earthwork in excavation, filling and cuttings. Here we will start the different problems, or different concept will be used in this problem. So here we will start those different topics. As from today, already we have seen the different problems related with the preliminary estimate. So there will be a compulsory problem on preliminary estimate with 8 to 10 marks plus 2 to 3 marks theory. This will be question number 1 A, and same way question number 1 and B content will be the problem related with the earthwork and excavations. Okay. The excavation, the quantity, we have to find out the quantity in roads and canals for cutting and fillings. Okay. The amount required or cost required or quantity and the cost. Multiplication is nothing but the multiplied with the cost. Okay, so quantity we have to find out. Okay, filling and cuttings. So different methods to work out the earthwork quantity for roads and canals. Okay, in cutting and filling. So we have to find out in both in cutting and fillings. Okay, if it is cutting, then it is the quantity it is in negative. So then that means it is in cuttings. Okay, already you have seen in survey 1, survey 2, in contouring. In contouring while laying the roads, if the levels is 101, suppose the level of that road is 100 meters. Okay, if it is next level is 101, so we cannot maintain or we cannot form the road in this way. Undulations, we have to avoid the undulations in the while construction of roads. If there is a hill or if there is a any area we have to construct the roads or we have to construct the canals, we have to maintain the slope or we have to maintain the levels of the road. If it is in canals, we have to maintain the slope. Or if it is in a road, we have to maintain the unity of the road, or we have to maintain a straight horizontal road. So in order to avoid the undulations, we have to find out the how much quantity of earthwork we have to have in cuttings, or how much we have to have in filling. If there is some steep slope is there, or if there is the ground is deep, so we have to have filling quantity of material to be filled in that deep surface. Okay, so how to find out? So there are the various methods. Again, these four methods are more important. Starting two methods are most commonly used, that is mean area method and mid sectional area method. It is also called as mid sectional area method, or it is simple way mid sectional method and mean area method. Mean and mid, simple to understand, is nothing but the mean area methods and the mid sectional methods. Third is trapezoidal method, and fourth is the prismoidal method. Prismoidal methods, these are the iteration methods, or it has been iteration in the sense it has been used in, or you have heard this trapezoidal method or prismoidal methods in M1 and M2 also. Okay, it is just odd even calculations are there. Some part is covered in multiplied by 2 in odd numbers and multiplied by 3 in even numbers, and to find out the quantity. So it is trapezoidal and prismoidal methods. But these two methods are most important. Starting two methods are most important. That is the mean area methods and the mean area method and the sectional method. Mid sectional area method is also called, or mid sectional method is one and the same. Mean area method and mid sectional method. These two methods are most important. The first is mean area methods. Okay, mean area is nothing but addition of two, a1 plus a2 divided by 2. Okay, so if there are two areas we are covering, so it is just the mean area of this, that is area plus a1 plus a2 divided by 2. But here, how to find out area is most important. So we are considering the road to be a trapezoidal shapes. Okay, trapezoidal shapes. So while finding out the quantity of earthwork in case of roads or in case of canals, we are considering it in a shape of a trapezoid. Okay, we are considering it to be a shape of trapezoid. Okay, trapezoidal shape we are considering that. We cannot consider as rectangle. We cannot consider as a triangle. We are considering in case of roads. We are considering to be a trapezoidal shape. So to find out the area of trapezoidal is most important. Okay? How to find out the area of trapezoidal? So here a small figure is there in which we have to find out the area of a trapezoidal, in which this is nothing but the width of B stands for the width. Okay? This is the width of the top. Okay? Where we are laying the roads, so width of this. Okay? The width of this is nothing but B, capital B. Whereas we are considering this as mean depth, or we are considering as only as depth. Okay, so this is this figure is actually, or it is for second method, that is the mid sectional method, but area it is to be calculated by same. Okay, figure is same, but here dm stands for second method, that is mid sectional method. We'll see later, but here we are considering, suppose depth as d. Okay, instead of dm we are considering as d. This is nothing but slope. Slope is again the important. Slope on both sides of roads we are providing the slopes. Okay, so slope, S stands for slope, S is to 1. S is to 1. Again we have to find out this area of this triangles, and we have to find out this area of this triangle and the area of this rectangle. Okay, So there are two triangles and one rectangle. That is the area of the complete figures. Okay, the area of this complete figure is nothing but addition of the three. That is the two triangles and one rectangles. How to find out the area of triangle? Again, there is a slope and depends upon the ground. So there may be a slope. Okay. So depending upon the problem, if it is a rising gradient or falling gradient, okay. If it is rising, so slope will be there. Falling is there, so there may be a slope. If it is a steep ground, or if it is a road at the upper surface, so there may be a down upward or downward. So depending upon this, slope will be there. So S is equals S times from slope. Then this is nothing but the width. Depending upon this slope, width will be SDM. So DM is per DM. What will be the slope? That is the slope depending upon this depth. So as the depth increase, slope will also increase as the depth increases. Therefore, width is nothing but the multiplications of SDM. That is the slope into depth of this excavations. Okay, SDM. Okay. Whereas this height is dm, this height is dm. So what is the area of the triangle? The area of the triangle is half into base into height. Half into base into height. So base is sdm, height is dm. So half into base into height, but it is 2. So 2 times half into base into height. So 2 times half into base into height. So this 2 get cancelled. So this 2 get cancelled. So this is nothing but half and 2 that cancel. So the SD1. So here instead of DM, we are considering as area 1 as D1, area 1 as A1, and depth 1 as D1. Instead of this next area, we are considering A2, depth as D2. Same as D1 square. So half base into half, this DM comes to be square. Okay, half half into base into height. So half get cancelled, 2 and half that can it has been cancelled. So S D1 square is the area of these two triangles addition, and BD1 is the area of this rectangles. B into D, area is nothing but B into D. So B into D is nothing but this area of rectangle, and this addition of the two is nothing but these two triangles is nothing but SD1 square. As we are having the mean of is nothing but A1 plus A2. So addition is nothing but, again, A2 is the second depth. The same way addition is nothing but A1 plus A2 is the area. How to find out the quantity? But we have to find out the quantity. The quantity is nothing but a volume. Volume is nothing but area into length. So how to find out length? So this is one dimensional figure. If it is if we are considering it to be a 3-dimensional, so third dimension is nothing but the length of the road. In kilometers or meters, we are having the third dimension as length of the road. So third is nothing but the length of the section or length of road. So this is nothing but the length of section of length of road. So this is nothing but length of road. Area multiplied by length of road, that is nothing but the quantity or volume of the earthwork in excavation, that is in cutting and filling by the first method, that is the mean area methods, in which we are only finding out the mean area. We are taking the mean area of the trapezoidal sections. Okay, the trapezoidal section, in which in this section we are taking the mean area of this. Next is again the second method is mid sectional area. Actually, I have shown you this problem. So this figure is common for both, whether we are using finding out the quantity by mean area method or mid sectional method. It is one and the same. Okay. So DM is the, here word is mid sectional methods. Okay. We are taking the mid section. Section is nothing but the depth. Okay. Instead of area, we are taking the depth. Sorry, here we are taking the depth. Yes, instead of width, we are taking the depth. Depth means considered. Okay. So DM is nothing but D1 plus D2 divided by 2 again. So this we are considering as the mean depth. Actually, this figure is for mean depth. So area is nothing but the BDM plus SDM square. Again, the same way. This area is nothing but area of rectangle, and these are the addition of the two triangles. That is SDM square instead of SD1 D2, because in last we have seen area 1 area 2, therefore there were D1 D2. Here it is there is no separate areas, only we are taking here as multiplication, or here concept is for depth, here concept is for area. We are finding out the quantity by area method. We are finding simple words. We are finding out in this first method, we are finding out by area method. Next we are finding out by depth method. Okay, sectional method or depth method. in which we are taking the mean depth. Okay, mean depth. The quantity is nothing but again area multiplied by length of road, as usual. Same is nothing but a total quantity which has been measured in meter cube. The quantity of earthwork in excavation to be measured in meter cube. It will not be measured in the square meters. It will be measured in the meter cube. Okay. So we have to find out the quantity of earthwork in excavation in meter cube. In foundations, we are finding out in meter cube. So here roads also we will find out in meter cube, but the way to find out is somewhat different. We are considering it to be a trapezoidal shape, but in buildings we are finding out in rectangular shape. Uh, okay, length into width into depth of the foundation of a column. Okay, in that way we are finding out in rectangle, but here in the road section of road we are finding out in trapezoidal. So because we have to find out, we have to provide slope on both sides of the roads. Okay, so here concept is somewhat different. So here these are the two methods. Third method is again the same, that is the trapezoidal method. Here we have to find out Q, that is stands for the quantity, whereas L as stands for the length of the road divided by 3, first area plus last area plus 4 times the summation of even area plus 2 times the summation of odd areas. As I have already said, this is nothing but the formula which is based on mathematics, that is M1 and M2. You have already studied in trapezoidal method. The quantity to find out, that is first area plus last area plus 4 times the even areas and 2 times the odd area. Next is last is the Trapezoidal method. Here division is here it was 3. Here division is 2. First area last area's concept is same. Here it was 4 times even areas plus 2 times odd area. But here instead of even and odd, all areas, remaining areas, is leaving this first and last areas, addition of all areas. If it is 1 to 10 areas, so 1 and 10 will be covered in this first and last area, and 2 to 9 will be covered in 2 to 9 areas will be covered in this remaining areas. If there are 1 to 10 areas, suppose there are 10 sections are areas in the sense sections. If there are 10 sections, 10 levels are there, sections in the sense levels. So first and last area will be 1 and 10 area will be covered in this, whereas 2 to 9 will be covered in this. Next, this concept is again most important to find out is nothing but calculation of quantity in cutting and filling, that is calculation for formation level, where we are laying the road. That level is called as the formation level. The formation level is the top level where the will be moving, is nothing but that formation level. The formation level at next chainage, first chainage will be given, but what will be the formation level at next chainage? So how to find out the formation level of previous chainage, that is given in the question, plus or minus, that is falling and rising gradient. It is 1 upon gradient, that is chainage difference. And same way, calculation depth of section, it is nothing but formation level minus ground level. Okay. So if it is negative, then it comes under the cutting, and if it is positive, then it comes under the filling or embankment. Okay. Embankment is nothing but the filling. So we will see the problems related with this. It is just the introduction of the different 4 methods in excavation. Today's lecture is most important because again there is a compulsory problem on this depending upon the excavation. There will be problem on preliminary estimate. There will be problem on excavations. Both problems are compulsory. It is not in this way. Okay, there will be choice in these two concepts. That is plinth area rate will be there, different problem, and so both problems will be there. Plinth area rate problem will also be there. And last slides we have seen the plinth area rate problem, and this excavation problem will also be there. Excavation of roads and excavation for canals will be there. Okay, we will see first for roads, then in different lectures we will see the excavation, how to find out the quantity of earthworks in filling, how to find out the quantity of earthwork in cutting by these 4 methods. But these 2 methods are most important: mean method and mean area method, and mid sectional method is most important. Depth method and area method is important, but this trapezoidal prismatic method, it is the fastest method in this, therefore it has not been used, and it is iteration method, or it is somewhat less precise method are there. Therefore these 2 methods are not used, but starting 2 methods are most important, and there is a compulsory question on starting 2 method, that is the mean area method and the mid sectional area. Okay. Next lectures we will see the problems related with this. All the 4 methods are related with the excavation, earthwork in excavation, and for roads, and for different canals, and afterwards we will see for canals. So in this way we will cover, will end this today's lectures. Due to some technical problem, I have there may be a difference in starting time. I've given the time as 12:45, but due to some technical net problem, or due to some technical problem, I've started the lecture from one, I think so. And so we have covered the little bit syllabus of unit number 1 related with the preliminary estimate and related with the excavation, earthwork and excavations. Hope you have understood the different problems related with the plinth area method and the concept related with the excavation. If there is problem related with these two methods, plinth area method or these excavation problems, so feel free to contact me in my WhatsApp number, or feel free to phone call me regarding the various methods, or regarding any queries regarding the estimating and costing. Okay, thank you. Uh, Thank you. So from next, I will inform next day when I will take the lectures. Meanwhile, complete the record books as I have already said. That is 2.1 practical here. This is nothing but the practical record book. It is to be written in the record books. So be prepared simultaneously. Keep writing in record books and purchase the record book, or purchase the practical papers and start writing down the practicals. Okay. So this is nothing but the practical number 1. That is 5-story building to be written in the record books. Thank you. Thank you once again. In next lecture we will see. Thank you.